could not be more excited to be part of the American Dream here in Salt Lake City.
Interest rates are going up. They've gone up a lot over just the last month.
This flooring is from President Madison's house. They refurbished it and...
President Madison?
Yeah.
I am always blown away when I meet new salespeople, especially real estate agents, who post on Instagram once a month. And they say, well, that's not really me. Well, then the job isn't really you.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain of the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about the show? It's totally unscripted.
Welcome back to Your American Dream. I say your because these are stories for you and by you. We're sharing positive stories week by week and hoping to make a lasting impact on the nation. Today we have an incredible adventure with co-hosts Craig Sewing and Tawny Vargas. We're going to be exploring a property in Rancho Santa Fe with unprecedented entertainment value. Check it out.
We have an extra special surprise today because Jenna invited us out to Hacienda del Corazon.
House of the Heart.
Say it in Spanish. We're in San Diego.
Hacienda del Corazon.
So terrible.
I know, I sound so white. Which
One more time.
I know what it means, the house, the heart of the house, house of the heart. My understanding is when we find it, it's
My
going to be a
understanding is we were
massive
supposed to
estate.
take a right, like 6 rights ago, but that's okay.
Well, at least it's a nice neighborhood to be driving around.
Rancho Santa Fe. We got a horse arena.
That's right, Jenna did tell me we're going to get the ride of our life here, so I don't even know what that means. I imagine, hey look, there's a horse sign.
We're getting close.
Yeah, that's got to mean something.
I can feel the love.
I can
the
feel the
hotel.
whiskey bar.
Hacienda del Corazon. You could smell the whiskey. I think it is.
Is it?
I see roses.
I see a awesome estate. Wow. Wow. Mark here. I can't wait to go in.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. Game time. Ready to show me around?
I thought you were showing me around.
Let's go.
That is an unbelievable property in Rancho Santa Fe, California. At 12,000 square feet, we were probably going to get lost, but before we do, we had an amazing interview with New York's Ryan Serhant, also the star of Bravo's $1 Million Listing, and he dropped some incredible knowledge on us. So get a pen and paper and get ready to take some notes, only on The American Dream.
I'm Kara Kay with The American Dream. I get to meet with Ryan Serhant of $1 Million Listing. It's an exclusive interview and it's one you won't want to miss. Thank you again for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
With the wine in the wine room.
It couldn't be classier, in my opinion.
I know, it's very classy. I should have worn a tie.
So I know that you know the importance of TV and media. How important do you think that is in real estate today?
I think media is incredibly important in all businesses. I think any business that does anything for marketing in any way, shape, or form is now a media company. I mean, if you're a real estate brokerage like I am in New York City, we don't build the apartments, we don't build the buildings. We're not really real estate brokers, we're media brokers, right? I find different ways to market my properties via media. And so for me, television has been huge.
Sure, I think you, of all people, know the importance of getting exposure to listings, which is why you've gotten into TV and media. Now talk about the transition into how important it is to be social as well as on TV.
Yeah, I think that if you're a salesperson, right, which is what the book is for, is anybody who sells anything, you're really selling yourself, right? You're creating a relationship. You sometimes have to talk about the product. Sometimes you have to go into the price. Sometimes you have to go into the features. You need to have all that information, but that's what you need to do. That's the job, right? Everything else, especially through social media, especially through different forms of media, is building that relationship passively, right? This, you and I talking right now, is an active communication, building a relationship. Right. But I can hit so many more people through social,
right.
through YouTube, through LinkedIn articles. People talk about passive income all the time. For salespeople and for a lot of people in our generation, kind of the gig generation, we have passive relationships, our passive income, because those will turn into other sources of work for us down the line, and we just don't even know what they are.
If you are talking to a realtor who really wants to make it tomorrow and in the future, what advice would you give them?
I am always blown away when I meet new salespeople, especially real estate agents, who post on Instagram once a month, who aren't doing anything on YouTube or on Facebook or on Twitter, and they say, well, that's not really me. Well, then the job isn't really you. You can't sit there and complain about not having business or sit there and complain about how the market's so tough if you're not actively doing things that are under your control. And what's under your control is putting out media. There's so many different places to absorb content these days, and so many real places to hit real people, to target them directly in your neighborhood, on your block, like that age group. And it's all about consistency.
Are you ready to cheers to your book and all your success?
Sure.
Okay.
Are we drinking this?
Yeah,
Are we chugging
I know
it?
nothing about wine.
So we're cheersing to the American Dream?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that again.
Okay.
So it's for real.
Okay, cheers.
All right.
To the American Dream.
It doesn't get any better than Ryan Serhant. I mean, there is a reason why millions of people follow him every single week. We're lucky to have him on the show. And right now, we're gonna go back to Rancho Santa Fe and see what Craig and Tawny are up to. Check it out.
Now this is an estate. This is an entertainer's dream. Tawny, can I saddle up with you?
Sure.
In this full bar?
Have you ever seen an estate with its own saloon?
No, I've never been in a place like this. This flooring is from President Madison's house. They refurbished it and...
President Madison?
Yeah. So like from his house, this flooring from his house is now in this pad that we're sitting right now in front of this bar.
Well, I think I'm feeling a little presidential.
Yeah?
So I think this calls for a shot.
Shot, cocktail, shot, right, let's do it. We wouldn't be doing this bar justice if we didn't take a shot.
Well, I'm feeling classy, so how about the bad stuff?
All right, coming right up. 2 shots of bad stuff.
It's a classic.
Here I have your bad stuff. So I'm gonna pour us a couple shots, but I mean, could you imagine hosting a party here? This could serve hundreds of people.
And if this is your house, you're gonna be the most popular kid, and I promise you, everybody's gonna come party at your house.
Well, this is a great place to host them.
A few more of these, I think you'll be dancing on that stage over there.
I might get on that stage. Depends how we have to get along with the horse arena a little bit later, though.
Oh, yeah?
Check that out later. Do some things out there, have some fun.
Something?
Yeah,
Let's have
do
some
something.
fun.
It ain't my first rodeo.
In the midst of the darkest night,
Hacienda del Corazon is a classic property in Rancho Santa Fe.
chains that were holding me. You sent your son down to set me free. Everything
This property was originally constructed around the same idea of lifestyle that Rancho Santa Fe was founded on, and that is a simpler and a slower lifestyle.
Every time I walk through this house, I see another detail that blows my mind, but my favorite part about the home is that there's this incredible indoor-outdoor space that is accessible in every room. Living in Southern California and having so many beautiful sunny days, it's wonderful to be able to have all of your doors and windows open.
Floors from President Madison in your own private saloon. These are the sorts of things that I didn't even know I wanted until I saw them. This is an amazing way to entertain, but right now we're going to check out how they entertain in your city.
My name is Ben Daniels with Edge Homes. I could not be more excited to be part of the American Dream here in Salt Lake City. We are headed over right now to the Edge Homes Greystone community in Harriman, Utah. It's a prairie elevation, one of our newer elevations, a little bit more modern looking, lower roofs, a lot of forward-facing hips. Great floor plan. It's the Morgan, very open. I'm really excited about some of this new stylings we put in this design. Greystone is located just off 14500 South in Harriman, just west of Mountain View Corridor, near the Providence Hall Charter Schools. Great location. This is close to shopping, sets up high, great views, beautiful home. Excited to take you inside and take a look. I wanted to take an opportunity to show you through our Greystone new model home that we've just built here in Harriman. This is the Morgan floor plan, about 3,300 square feet. As we come in from the entry into the great room, we've got a 2-story great room, open with double stacked windows on both sides. You've got an open loft right above, so it just has this great open feel coming up through here. Most of our floor plans are gonna have something like this. It's one thing I really love about Edge is we've really kept up to date with architecture and design styles. Tons of cabinetry. These are the white cabinets, so it's very bright and open. You have a huge island for great prep space and working. The dining's just off to the side. This home in particular has a very large pantry with a barn door. Love these doors. They're a lot of fun. And then just off to the side, we've added this 3-panel slider to go out to the deck outside and added a larger deck out back. Yeah, what a beautiful view from the backyard. Walking inside, let's take a look upstairs. Coming up, I just love this feel of all the railing, the openness of it. Leave it as a loft or use it as a kid's playroom. Really good space. Going down the hall, we've got this large laundry room off to the side, right next to the 2-bedroom. Secondary bathroom here. And then going through the double doors into the master bedroom. We've added these little windows here just above on the wall where the master bed would go. And then a large picture window here that looks out to this beautiful view of the valley. We've got a nice large bath, huge countertop. We, on this model, went with the large walk-in shower, and then the long vanity with double sinks, the comfort height, and then a huge walk-in closet off to the side. Great use of space, tons of room. People really love this home. So just like here in Harriman, where we've got condo communities, townhomes, single family, I have projects just like this in Lehigh, Saratoga. I have a high-end project in Draper. This is kind of more of what we're doing. We're building larger communities, all price points represented. We'd love to have you come see us. Thanks so much for watching The American Dream. We would hope to see you out soon.
Never been in a horse stable in California before. I've been in a lot of real estate, but nothing like this. This is cool.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I grew up in horses all my life. And this is honestly one of the coolest.
So Jenna is going to show us around, take us on some of these horses, but you know, I'm kind of noticing there's not any here. This thing could hold 7 or 8 of them, I think.
Yeah, it could hold you. You could live here.
I could live here. All right, well, you're the one who grew up in a barn. So what about these horses? All right, and there she is. Hey, Jenna.
Hi. I know. I promised you guys horses, and there are no horses here today. But the good news is the owners took them down to the Del Mar racetrack, and we have the whole place to ourselves, and I have something super exciting planned. We have 400 horses up at the garage.
400 horses in the garage. All right. Well, let's check it out. All right.
So this is what I really wanted to show you, the toy garage.
What a garage, a lot of toys.
We have motorcycles, motorized bicycles,
Yep.
a classic Chevelle.
This is a beast. Now this is a nice car. I don't even want to touch it because I don't want to get my fingerprints on it.
But what you get to go out and have some fun with is this Razor.
So this is the horses.
it.
So I got to drive this?
Go have fun.
All right. Can I bring Tawny with me?
Of course.
Wow.
Go rip it
All
up.
right. Let's go cruising this beast. I'm gonna go grab Tawny and we're gonna go tear it up.
Now, remember, be gentle. The owners aren't here.
All right, got it. Giddy up. Let's do this.
If you would take all the posters on my walls growing up as a kid and put all the cars together, it would be that garage. I mean, that property is absolutely amazing and something that dreams are made of. But right now, we're gonna check out your agent in your city.
Thanks for joining us on The American Dream. Today's guest is none other than the beautiful Amanda Todd. Thanks, Amanda, for joining us today. You are, again, the realtor and a national speaker of the Amanda Todd Group. How are you today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's always nice to have you on set to talk about the expertise of real estate, right? Interesting market that we're facing right now, as you mentioned, interest rates and a market that's slowing down. So what are some things some buyers can look out for?
Well, definitely interest rates are going up. They've gone up a lot over just the last month even. And so what that does is that impacts how much a buyer can really afford in their payment. So it's pretty easy. There's some ways, if you do some tricky negotiating, that you can help really mitigate those rising interest rates.
So with buyers, when we're talking about looking into property, what kind of property should buyers look out for that maybe indicate a motivated seller?
Definitely a property that's been on the market for a long time. Right now we're seeing properties that were put on the market during the summer when things were a little bit hotter, both proverbially and literally.
Yeah.
But people were really trying to capture that summer season and they might have been priced a little bit high. So now sellers are going to be a lot more motivated as their house has been on the market for a few months. So definitely look for something that's been on the market for a long time or something that's had a lot of price reductions, because that would indicate a motivated seller too. So there's ways around it. Especially if you ask for something like a seller credit, something like that, you can actually use that to buy down your interest rate so then you don't feel those higher rates as much.
That makes a lot of sense. So more leverage for a buyer in this regard, right? Because you're right, there's some things that you can ask for in the midst of putting in an offer, right? Are you seeing a lot of those suggestions in the contract being accepted, or are you seeing a lot of counter offers back?
Oh, definitely. I am getting more and more seller credits accepted right now because it's a way that the buyers can mitigate by rising interest rates, and the sellers really at this point, especially if their home's been on the market since this summer, they're pretty eager to sell. So they're really happy when they do get an offer if it's been on the market for a long time.
Very well. All right. Well, thanks so much for all your input again. Once again, it's always great to have someone with the expertise and the professionalism that you have. Thanks again for being with us on the show, and looking forward to the next time.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks for joining us, and we'll have more to come. Stay with us.
Well, that's it for this episode of The American Dream. I don't know how I ended up in the studio when Craig and Tawny got to ride that thing out in Rancho Santa Fe. Either way, if you have a property that you think would be perfect for The American Dream, or you have a story that you think that we should shoot out all over the nation, we would love to hear from you. And until the next episode, I hope you keep dreaming, and thanks for stopping by.
Till you come back home.